This video is brought to you by OneFootball, the one and only place to get all your football news. Hey guys, it's Gameface here and welcome back to a little bit of a different video. Today I'm going to be doing a FIFA 18 experiment video. So today we're going to be testing what happens when all your players in your squad retire at the end of the season. So let's quickly take a look at the squad that we have. Basically it's a combined age of 1,095, the whole squad. There's 28 players here, so the average age is about 39 years old. So we have quite an old team here. I'm curious to see exactly what happens when all these players retire at the end of the season. Now, we've got about 17 or 18 that I think are supposed to be retiring at the end of the season, which means obviously we won't have a proper squad. So what's going to happen at that point? I'm waiting to see. I'm wondering what's going to happen. What will the board say? But this is a squad I've gone with. Buffon starts in goal for us. Macaulay, who's one of our younger players, 37, so a bit of youth in the team. It's nice to have. We've got Hilton as well. He's 39. Hill's there, 38. I mean, we do have a lot of older players. 40 years old there. 38-year-old. To be fair, he's our pace out on the right-hand side. He is one of our faster players. 72 acceleration, 63 sprint speed. So pretty proud of that. We will have a chance to actually play with this team. I think we're going to play one game and then we'll sim through, see what happens during this experiment, and then we will, I guess, see where we end up come the end of the season as well. Guerra's also in the side, 38 years old. Marquez, 38 as well. Pablo Escobar, he's only really in this team because of his name. If you ever need a Bolivian that's a free agent, then feel free to sign him. He's 38 years old as well. Pizarro starts up front for us in this team. He's also 38, but a lot of older players in the rest of the squad as well. Before we go any further though, if we could try and hit 100 likes on today's video, I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. I think our oldest player is probably this goalkeeper here, 47, so we've managed to keep him until the end of the season at least anyway. But I am curious to find out exactly what happens when you sim to the end of the season and you have no team left. How does the board deal with that? So we're going to go to this game against Bournemouth now. We're going to play that match against Bournemouth, then we're going to sim the whole season, find out what happens when 17, 18 or maybe even more players retire at the end of the season, and yeah, basically just find out what happens. Already the players are starting to go down, I think, in overall. No real surprise there. Season hasn't even begun, but let's find out how we get on. This could be absolutely painful. We're also on Legendary with the slammers in the opposition's favour as well, as I usually play on, so this could be interesting. I'm not expecting to get a particularly great result here, but we'll find out. There's no doubt there's some quality in our team, but we might just have got it maybe 10 or 15 years too late, to be honest. But we've got Buffon in goal, so I'm hoping that, you know, there's some quality in there. Hopefully keep a clean sheet. And when you keep a clean sheet, obviously put yourself in a good position to go win a game. But this is certainly not going to be a team that's going to find it easy to play 90 minutes. So the changes will definitely be needed at some point. Let's find out how we get on in this match. I'm going to go for a win here, but I think it's going to be very tricky. Go on, someone do something. Yes, here we go. Play out from the back. This is quality football, is this. Oh, this is how you play football, Bournemouth. Look at that. Simmons going to switch it. Oh, use your pace, Pablo. Yes, Pablo Escobar gets there. He's going to go for a cross into the middle. Pizarro's getting there. Oh, had to be saved by the goalkeeper. That was so close. Begovic has saved it. It's out for a corner. And Zoltan here will deliver it into the box. Pablo Escobar's in there again. Good leap. Macaulay still has it. Puts it back in and held on to this time. We have absolutely no chance up against Callum Wilson for pace. Clint Hill is not catching up to Callum Wilson. Come on, Clint. You got to just keep him there. Or not. Chance for Bournemouth here. Good ball in. It's going to be a goal. Buffon can't save it. It's 1-0. Bournemouth take the lead. We should have taken the lead ourselves there, but Clint Hill was never really able to deal with that properly. Good delivery in. Poor defending, obviously, but Buffon tries his best. And it's a goal, 1-0. Trying to hold it up for someone else to get involved. Not enough support. Oh, we've put it back. That's really good. Pizarro's still going. It's a mistake here from Bournemouth. Oh, saved by Begovic. We've had two good chances. Not quite had the quality to finish them. Oh, chance to get a ball in here. Great ball in. Oh, we've hit the bar. How's Marquez done that? That's, oh, unbelievable. That should be the equalising goal there. We've had great chances now. More than Bournemouth, in fact, now. We've just not managed to take them. How has that stayed out the goal? He's headed it right at the crossbar. Chance again for Bournemouth. They're looking like they're quite fast and clinical on the attack. It's 2-0. I've had 2 shots, 2 goals, Bournemouth, and that's been very frustrating because we've had some great chances, just not finished them. It happens, and the clinical players have taken their chances, and unfortunately for us, we haven't. 2-0 going to the half-time break now by the looks of it. And yeah, gutted we haven't taken our opportunities because we've had some good ones, really good ones as well. We look quite good on the attack, it's just defensively we're all over the place. It's tempting to make some changes at half-time, but I'm not really too sure what we have on the bench, to be honest. This Korean guy might be quite good. Okay, so Marquez is going to come off. We're going to bring on Lee Dong-gook, and he is going to go play as our central attacking mid there, in behind Pizarro, who's going to continue to lead the line for us. A change of formation slightly, just to give him a bit more support going forward. We're going to have to do that, unfortunately. It might leave us a little bit more open at the back, but we are 2-0 down now, so you have to go for it a little bit more. It's a shame, though, because we should really have had at least 2 goals, maybe even 3 in this game, but the finishing hasn't quite been there. Pizarro, over to Pablo Escobar. Come on, Pablo, do something. Play it through to Pizarro, maybe. It's a chance. He's got to take this early. Oh, we've scored. It's 2-1. We're back in this game. Pizarro with a great strike. He looks so good for us up front. What a finish that is. Pablo Escobar comes inside. Look at that for a little ball through. He's not going to stop him now. Pizarro with barely any pace, but he runs through, and what a finish. You don't need pace when you have that sort of finishing. Top quality strike. It's 2-1 and 8 minutes into the second half. We're pulling back. But let's make some changes now, I think. See whether we have anyone else to influence the game. Next change is going to be to bring on Nakamura, I think is how you pronounce his name. We're going to take off Zonguera, just to kind of change things a little bit. He's got quite a lot of quality. Obviously not fast as usual, but we are going to see how his quality gets on midfield for us. It's still 2-1, still a chance for us to get an equaliser here. And 25 minutes left of the game. Oh, what a strike that was from Wilson. The feet are just far too quick for our slow centre-backs, and we're struggling with that, but that's a great strike. If that had gone in, I wouldn't have been able to have any complaints. It would have been a great finish, but luckily it just stays out. We've still got a chance of 10 minutes to go, still pushing for that equalising goal. That's probably the best we can hope for now, to be honest. Need everyone to start stepping things up. It's tough, obviously, in the latter stage of the game with low stamina. Pizarro trying to get a strike away, and it was blocked, and he's actually injured. We've got a goal, and it's finished off nicely. It's 2-2. We've got ourselves an equaliser. That should be it. It's the substitute that does it. He's playing as a central attacking mid here. He's just picked it up in a great position, and he's hit it. It's 2-2. Could that be the goal that gets us a point in the opening game of the season? And you can see Pizarro there with an injury there. Nathan Ake blocks it heavily. But this time we get a shot away, finds the corner, it's 2-2. Final change, we're going to take off Pablo Escobar, give him a rest. We're going to put the goal scorer on the left-hand side, and we're going to put on Pellicia. He's going to go and play as a central attacking mid now, I think just in behind Pizarro. See how that goes. Pizarro going to have to do a bit of hold-up play here. And yeah, final sort of 10 minutes of this game. Let's see how we get on. Hopefully hold on to this 2-2 draw, if not extend the lead. Obviously, they're bringing on a striker there. Still a good chance for us here, potentially later on. Looking for Simons again. Back to Pizarro, maybe. No, okay. Still going on the overlap here. Ball goes back into Pizarro. Cut out. So close. Alicia. Oh, running through. Could this be a third goal? He gets a bit of luck. Oh, he's hit the bar. How has he managed that? We've done it twice now in this game, and we're still putting the press on them late on. How have we done that? That could have been the third goal, and surely that was a corner as well. Oh, unbelievable. This game has really gone against us in key points of the match as well, where we could have gone on to win this match. We've had plenty of good chances, haven't quite had the finish, and it's going to finish 2-2. I said I'd take a point. I actually will take a point there against Bournemouth. Considering the team we had out, we have such low stamina on these players. I can't believe so many of them have been able to play 90 minutes quite comfortably. Not saying that they could do it twice a week, but they've certainly done it well for the first game of the season. And I'll take a 2-2 draw here. We fought pretty well for it. I think actually it felt like we had a lot more shots than that. But yeah, some really good players actually in that team. I think only one team has got themselves a win there, clearly. Yeah, not all the games have been played though, in all fairness, but yeah, very strange start to the season. A lot of teams drawing, and yeah, to be fair, like the way that we played in that last game, it almost makes me want to do some sort of series with this team, to be honest, but we're not going to do that. It's going to be a one-off for today's video at least, but you know, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. We can always do something similar if you would like to see that. We are now going to sim to the end of the season, see what players are going to retire, and what sort of state the squad's going to be left in, because what I want to see is what happens. What happens when all the players retire? Do they just add like different players in automatically? I mean, how can they do that? Surely they wouldn't do that, but we'll wait and find out anyway. We'll just sim to the end of the season now, and also find out whether we do get ourselves relegated or not, because we might not even make it to the end of the season if that's going to happen. Okay, so I've decided to stop it in January, and we're going to see exactly what position we are in. I've just quickly seen... Okay, the manager rating's not good. I just quickly saw that we lost to West Ham, I think, in the last game, which doesn't sound great as a sort of a starting point. Let's see how we get on in the Premier League. Obviously, I hope to be out of the relegation zone, but with this sort of team, it's going to be tough. We don't have particularly... Overall-wise, our team is not very good, so we are rock bottom on 15 points from 22 games. We've won 3 games from 22, so take the positives. It's more than 2. But yeah, we're still 9 points from safety, so the chances of us remaining up are very small, but it could be worse. You could be Man City, you could be in 11th. That's not great, is it, to be honest? They're only two or 3 points above the relegation zone, so, you know, I think everyone's having a bad season, is what I'm going to use as my excuse. we are just having a terrible season. In fact, the worst season out of anyone in the Premier League. So, I mean, yeah, our team looks quite depleted, but I think there's still hope. There's the second half of the season to go, and there's the transfer window now as well. So the likelihood is we're probably going to be sacked before the end of the season, which I'm quite looking forward to if that does happen. But I also want to see what happens to this team when everyone retires. So we are going to continue and see exactly what does happen. And let's continue on to the end of the season now and hope that we somehow pick up some wins from somewhere, maybe. We've got to the end of the season. We're being terminated by the looks of it. So I've not even seen what's happened. Presumably we got relegated. We don't even know what the results were. Do we not at all? Is that it? Okay, we're terminated. That didn't go so well. I mean, at least we've got Bolton to go to. So we've gone from 63 grand a week to 2 grand a week as well. That's embarrassing. We'll try and get a look of West Brom's team and see exactly what's happened to it now they're in the Championship. Luckily, we're still in the Championship as well. We've just about survived, just one place above the relegation zone. So that means we will have West Brom in the Championship with us next season. However, I'm more sort of curious to find out exactly how their team are going to get on when all their players are retired. We'll take a look. Okay, so let's end the season as Bolton manager and see whether we can somehow find out what's happening at West Brom. And we're third in the Championship. Let's see how West Brom are getting on. Presumably, rock bottom again. We're not started the season yet, but it's maybe a sign of what could happen. Let's take a look at their squad. I am curious to see exactly how their squad's getting on. Okay, they seem to have found some players from somewhere. Presumably they've got some players that have come back up from loan as well. Does look like they've lost a lot though. Yeah, they have no strikers left. They have 18 players. I think clearly they've added some extra players in. 22-year-old guy there. It seems like a couple of names. There's probably some players that have come back from loan as well, to be fair. That's maybe helped them out a little bit. They've just got about 18 players. And a lot of players are going to be retiring very, very soon. I'm sure they're going to have to bring in some players, a lot of 40-year-olds now. And I think this is probably what has happened. They've brought in some free agents to try and cover themselves a little bit. So maybe that's what happens when your players are starting to retire then. The club brings in free agents automatically and allows the squad to continue playing. You can see a lot of players there retiring from last season. Lecco was obviously one of the names that has come back from loan. And they have brought in a 17-year-old goalkeeper as well. And that seems to be the way they've covered themselves there, because that would have put them down to 16 players. They brought in 2 free agents to hit 18. 18 is the amount of players that you need. Well, I think it's actually 18 outfield players, so maybe they're needing more players still. But nevertheless, they've got themselves a team, a starting 11 and a bench, which is just enough for them to allow them to play games. Clearly that has been something that has been done automatically by the club. So that's obviously what happens when you get to that stage, and when players retire, they end up adding free agents automatically into your team. There we go, that's the answer to the question that we all wanted to know. It's unfortunate we didn't end up finishing at the club, but yeah, we got sacked, as you maybe expect, with the team that we had. That's everything for today's video, just a little experiment video which I was going to try out for, just to kind of see exactly what happened. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and click that like button. Also don't forget to subscribe as well if you haven't already, and I'd really appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching and goodbye.